Hey guys, it's Bama Mobs coming back to you. It's a big week. Jasper Vikings are playing the Cullman Bearcats at Oliver Woodard Field in Cullman, Alabama. The game will be this Friday night, August 28th, kickoff at 7 p.m. As far as your tickets, will be the same as last week. Go to gofan.co. That's gofan.co. I believe you can go to the Jasper High School or Cullman High School site and get your tickets off of there. Again, remember when you open up your tickets, there'll be a button or a bar there that says validate. Do not hit that button at the house. Just save that for when you get to the gate and they'll do the validation. I will say this at Jasper last week, when I got there to the gate, they basically just looked at me. I clicked the two tickets there and I hit the validate button myself, but I had to do it in front of the person at the gate. So that's it about the tickets. Otherwise, I think for myself, from Jasper to Cullman, I guess it's about an hour drive, but I'll be at work in the Birmingham metro area. So as soon as I get off work, I'll hit I-65 and get on up to Cullman, which will probably just take me about, it depends on what time I get off work. You know how that goes. You know, if I leave at maybe 4 o'clock, if there's no major issues at work, sometimes end up staying there until 7, but it just depends on what's going on. Just like all of you, everybody has a job and you know how it is. But bottom line, make those plans to get up there. Think about those things. It's going to be rush hour when you leave. Are you leaving from Jasper, or do you work in Birmingham and you have to leave from over there? Just think about those things. Also, you may want to get a bite to eat in Cullman. Everybody knows about the All Steak restaurant. Everybody knows about it. But you may want to make a reservation if you're really planning on eating there. It's not going to be like past years where you get up there like an hour early, grab a quick bite to eat, and going on to the game. But everybody loves going there in Cullman. One thing I want to miss about the game is, the grill master on the Cullman side. Yeah, those hamburgers, man, they're so good at Cullman. I mean, it's like, that's just part of the whole high school football experience. But yeah, I'm talking about all the little things, man. But things will be a little bit different this year. Everybody's gonna be spread out, social distancing. Don't forget your mask. Yes, in your car before you go to work on Friday. Put your mask in there so you don't forget that. You want to have all your stuff together. So I'm going to make you out a little checklist. All right. So number one, you got to have the tickets. So go to gofan.co, get your 2 tickets, or 4, however many people you're taking. Remember, you can open up, look at your tickets there, but just don't hit the validate button. You'll hit that at the gate once you get there. Number 2, have your mask in your car. Number 3, have cash on you for some concessions. Number 4, I forgot this last week. Your seat cushion. Yeah, seat cushion. Number 4, you need to have that seat cushion. So I think if you bring all that stuff, you should be okay. Also, there's some hurricanes, rain, so watch the weather. Might need a poncho. You go to Dollar General, pick one of those up for $1, and you're good to go with the poncho. You don't have to be lugging around an umbrella and all that type of stuff. So that should have you set, for the game. So the video here, we're going to go over some key points, give you a little background, and set you up so you can enjoy the game on Friday night. All right, guys, we're going to get into the breakdown of this. Going to go a little bit deeper. So as you know, Jasper is Class 6A Region 6, and this will be a non-region game for Jasper because Cullman is Class 6A and they are in Region 8. Of course, Jasper's region is purported to be one of the toughest in the state, but I think most regions want to think theirs is the toughest. As we said, Jasper leads the series 35-34-2. To give you a quick breakdown of the game last week, Cullman's game against Grissom. After the first quarter, it was 0-0. In the second quarter, the quarterback for Cullman, Max Doolin, executed a pass to Isaiah Jones for 28 yards and the touchdown. Isaiah Jones will be number 1 this coming Friday night. Also in the second quarter, Jake Doolin, which of course is some relation to Max, I guess, brother something. He had an 11-yard run for a touchdown in the second quarter. So after the second, going into halftime, scores 13-0. Going back to those two drives, on that first drive in the second quarter, that was a 32-yard four-play drive, and their second drive in the second quarter was 51 yards in 6 plays. So did not take them long to find pay dirt on either of those drives. In the third quarter, they had a sustained drive, and Max Doolin scored from the 1-yard line for their final touchdown. And then in the fourth quarter, Brady Adams kicked a field goal for Cullman, and that wrapped up the scoring at 23-0. I haven't really been able to get a lot of information on Cullman's offense at this point, but imagine it's going to be some type of spread variant with, some type of option, single back option with the quarterback. Defensively, I was looking at some of the quotes after the game. The head coach at Cullman is Oscar Glasscock, and quote, "It was great to see our guys having fun and flying to the football," end quote. Whenever I see that term, flying to the football, that tells me that your defense is quick, recognizes the play quickly, and moves in. So that's my little read in for that one. And also, their top linebacker, or at least looking at the quote here, Coach Glasscock again said of Jalen Huey, quote, "best player on both sides of the ball," end quote. Jalen Huey, he'll be number 6 on Friday night. And also Jalen, he's a quality player. He was second team All-State last year from the running back position. So he's one of those dual guys. Runs running back, and he's your key linebacker on defense. Hey, we are still at it doing this preview of the Jasper versus Cullman football game coming up this Friday night, August 28th at 7 p.m. Now we're going to go through Cullman's schedule from last year. As I said, last year Cullman ended up 6-6, but their schedule a little bit deceiving. It was the coach's first year there, but considering first year coach, getting used to new players, having to install new systems, I think they had a fairly good season. So looking at it, of course, they opened up with us last year. Jasper beat them 21-19. Second week of the season, they made the short trip over to Mortimer, Jordan, and got beat 20-17. Now, Mortimer, Jordan, that game is intriguing to me because we all know Mortimer, Jordan was loaded last year. They had Cortland Marsh at quarterback, a lot of skilled guys. They had like 3 or 4 guys. All of them were like 6'2", 200 to 220 pounds. All of them played running back versus linebacker. And so for Cullman to keep that game that close, and actually just looking at the score, potentially had a chance to win it, that says a lot, just that one game. I know it was early in the season. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents. After that, Cullman reeled off 3 wins, and then they started stumbling a little bit in their schedule. They went to Hueytown and got beat 33-16, but we all know that Hueytown had that awesome back that went on to the University of Alabama. After that, they played Athens and lost that game 31-17. Again, everybody knows that Athens was loaded last year and had an excellent team, went deep in the playoffs. The only game where I guess you could say they really got blown out, they went up to that monster in the north, Muscle Shoals, and got beat 45-0. Cullman did make it to the playoffs. They beat May Jemison in the first round, and then in the second round, they lost to the eventual state champion Oxford. Lost that game 35-0. Again, Cullman had a good season. They placed 2 players on the second team All-State team. One guy, Jaden Sullins, he graduated last year, and the other guy, Jalen Huey, was the second team running back. All-State. And looking here, they listed him as 6'2", 230. So he's a load both ways. He's going to run over you, or he's going to hit you. One of the two. So I'm sure Jasper will be ready for that Friday night. Hey, I just have to cover this one subject. Cullman's mascot, the Bearcats. It's not that unusual of a mascot. We always heard of the Cincinnati Bearcats, super basketball and football teams now up there. But, you get going down a rabbit hole researching stuff. So, we was at the Memphis Zoo about 2 to 3 weeks ago. Me and my wife periodically will go up to Memphis, stay somewhere up there, go to see the sights, and we had never been to the Memphis Zoo, and it's really act of luck that we was there. We just driving around the residential area, saw the zoo, and say, hey, let's go to the zoo. Anyway, when we was there, we went into this nocturnal animal exhibit, and I was walking through there, and then I came across a bear cat. Yes, I mean, all these years, showing my ignorance, I just thought bear cats is something they made up. I didn't know it was like a real animal. So anyway, the bear cat is somewhere like in Southeast Asia, and the real name of it is binturong. So you could probably say like the Cullman binturongs, but yeah, the Cullman Bearcats. Anyway, I just thought that was an interesting tidbit. Probably way more information than what you needed to know. But hey, it's good to have unique mascots. I have people at work, they're sort of surprised that Jasper's called the Vikings. There's like probably 50 teams that are Tigers and another 20 that are Lions in the state of Alabama. So it's cool to have a different mascot. I like that.